We're diving in. Even in Arcadia, I have been waiting for this, man. I'm excited. Let's go. First track, Look to Windward. Mammoth of a song, 7 minutes. Let's get it. Oh, I should have... There's no lyrics on Spotify, right? I should have the lyrics up just so I don't miss anything. Because I feel like Look to Windward, again, looking back to the beginning, so I feel like there's going to be references in that. All right, Look to Windward. Let's get it. This is like some video game music. Like some Sega Genesis era music, you know what I mean?
Will you listen just as my form starts to fission? Losing this war of attrition.
War of attrition, he said that before.
Drift away. Will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me?
Okay.
The shadows longer to me than a light year, moving so slow I could die. Say you can hear me say, will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me? Will you haunt this eclipse in me?
Okay, let's just take those two verses as they are. Will you halt this eclipse in me? I feel like I understand what that's saying, right? An eclipse, something is overtaking him, something is covering up. I mean, if you're saying solar eclipse, right? Because he's been very cosmic with his lyrics before. He's talking about something eclipsing the light in him. He's talking about the happiness, the positive emotions, all the like in songs like Caramel and stuff, where he's talking about all the positive things he's feeling about this fame and this career. They're being eclipsed, and he's saying, will you halt this eclipse? Will you listen just as my form starts to fission? Now, again, with his scientific analogies, he's done this before. Fission is when like two molecules, atoms, collide into each other and they become a new thing. So it's a rebirth. It's a rebirth. Losing this war of attrition. He's mentioned war of attrition in another song on this album. I think either Emergence or Caramel or something. But war of attrition is when you cannot fight anymore. You are fighting a war that you just cannot fight anymore. And you have been beaten into submission, or almost beaten into submission. And he's saying he's losing this war of attrition just as he drifts away. So the eclipse is starting to happen, and the fission is starting to happen, where the two halves or two whatever are about to join. And he's like, will you halt this eclipse? I want to take a moment here, a moment of respite. With the shadows longer to me than a light year, another cosmic analogy. Another cosmic analogy, because he's saying the shadows themselves are longer than a light year, and which is like a double entendre, because a light year is how long light takes to travel in a year, which is hundreds of millions of miles. I don't know the number, but it's a long time, right? It's a massive distance, and he's saying the shadows themselves are that long. Oof. Moving so slow I could die here. Say, can you let me say, will you halt this eclipse in me? Damn, bro. Let's carry on, shall we? We've got an instrumental break. So the rest of the band is coming in. Got a vocalizations there. Oh, it's like violins, but the violins are being like, it's like a staccato thing that they're doing there.
Now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, coughing up blood in the twilight. Everything looks the same. Will you hold this eclipse in me? 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 Will you hold this eclipse?
I'm gonna pause it right there. I am curious if now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, but shoreline of Arcadia, like he's woken up in Arcadia here, coughing up blood in the twilight. I feel like that's a callback to this place will become your tomb with the car crash and everything. Woke up on the shoreline, like he survived the car crash, swam to the shoreline, woke up, coughing up blood in the twilight. Everything looks the same. That line makes me think of the fact that he's in Arcadia instead of the callback. And again, he's saying, will you halt this eclipse in me? Will you pause this eclipse? Okay, interesting. Let's carry on. I feel like the song's about to get really heavy. Uh-oh. Yes! Oh! Ah! Ooh. Hell yeah! You've got two with his sauce. What is that?
Eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You pray for sound and I pray for silence.
Okay.
Downright fate as I can't deny. You'll find me with half a mind to get violent. Over, say it's over. No little angel sitting on my shoulder. So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place, and I'll leave them cold and pushing that border.
Ooh. Okay, that line is literally House Viridian Feathered Host, right? I live by the feather and die by the sword. Ooh, okay. Let's back up a little bit. I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. He's referenced diamonds multiple times in previous songs because he's talked about the shape of them, like the symmetry of them, but also the strength of a diamond, because diamond is the hardest substance to break. And diamonds can be used to cut glass. Diamonds can be used to improve the structural integrity of something else, right? And he's saying, I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. And he's like, you pray for sound, I pray for silence. This is probably a shot at, again, the fans, right? Because he's like, damn right, faithless. I can't deny you'll find me with half a mind to get violent. So this is the first song. He's starting to get pissed off. This is before Caramel. So he's starting to get pissed off and he's referencing it. I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. I feel so drained, so tired. I just want to sleep, and I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You pray for sound. You want more music, more this, more that. I pray for silence. I just want the quiet. Damn right, faithless. Okay, you know it isn't over till I say it's over. He's again saying, I call the shots here, motherfucker. No more little angels sitting on my shoulders. So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place. And I'll leave them cold and pushing up boulders. I think pushing up boulders is referencing Sisyphus, the Greek story of the guy who was punished by the gods and was made to push a boulder up a hill, which is an eternity of punishment, because pushing a boulder up a hill, one false move, that boulder's rolling down the hill, you have to start over. And that was Sisyphus's punishment. And he's like, that's what I'll have them doing. I'll leave them cold and pushing up boulders. Lifetime of punishment for the faithless. Am I walking with gods or merely stumbling forth? Okay, we gotta get to that. Okay. Ooh. Oh. What? Ooh. Okay, next track, Emergence. We have heard that. I have reacted to it, but we will revisit it. But just to touch on the last bit of this song, he's saying, even in this garden of gardens, I am the god of the gap. So I exist between, right? I am the demon of Sodom. Sodom being a reference to Sodom and Gomorrah, the two cities that were punished by gods for living in sin. I am the blood of an angel. So he is talking about his, like, I am the demon of Sodom. I am the blood of an angel. So he's living in two worlds. God of the gaps. He's living in between. And yes, officially he's saying, I have ascended beyond the end of the last album. Take me back to Eden. He is in Eden now, Arcadia. He has ascended. Even in this garden of gardens, I am the god of the gaps. The fate of the fallen, nobody knows where I came from. Even I have forgotten. So he's saying like he's lived here long enough where he's sort of forgetting where he's come from. How could I already lose my way like this? Drowning in burning bright abyss. Another double entendre there, play on words. Even at stratospheric depths, this vertigo of bliss. He's even talking like pinnacle, and he's talking about like the deepest pit. Even at stratospheric depths. Again, double entendre, vertigo of bliss. Love that. And in the bridge, he's like, I used to know myself, and you used to know me well. Wish I could leave myself alone. You wish that you could make me whole. Oh, that could be a direct call out at the fans, or he's talking to someone that we know him to have referenced in previous albums. And then the outro is basically the heavy breakdown, and he's saying, will you halt this eclipse in me? So this is like he's losing a part of himself, and he wishes to look to windward. He wishes to look back at the beginning and remember where he came from. He wants to. And it's getting eclipsed, and that's why he's saying, will you halt this eclipse in me? Oh, so good. All right, next track, Emergence.
Well, you were late in verse, living on a promised word. Well, I am the rose you relinquished again. You and I are down head first in another world I heard. But I have a feeling we're close to the end. So come on, come on, out from underneath who you were. Come on now. You know that it's time to
So this is also having that synthy feel. Here we go.
Sapphire in my white gold burst out of my chest and hide out in the vents. My blood beats so alive, my bite right through your lenses. Midnight in my mind's eye, drowning out the daylight. Godspeed to my enemies to be asking for that close. And you know the behavior, canines of the savior. Glory to the legion, trauma for the neighbor.
Beautiful. This also has lyrics that kind of speak to the fans, right? That's what he's saying here. Glory to the Legion. And a lot more of the cosmic themes. Because he's ascended, he's now godlike, so everything around him looks small. This is also the most sleep token song that they've ever sleep tokened. Beautiful. I forgot he did that. Also, yeah, as some people pointed out, that's, what's her name? Gabby Rose? From Bill Murray. It's a random cameo. Love it. So he's fully ascended, achieved godhood, so to speak. And he's talking to his legion. Go ahead and wrap your arms around me. Next song, Past Self. What are we in for with this one? Okay.
Well, are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be. But nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be. But nothing is the same, and some things have to change now, now, now. Clawed out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes, people acting different. Wanna look at my past self, double taking my cash flow. Apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking of years ago. You know I deliberate on cutting out demons. I still need a dark side, they just need a reason. Passing all the hours into rushing through the seasons, falling through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive.
Ooh, okay, all right. Pause it there for a minute. Wait a second. Okay, a lot of stuff jumped out at me. Now, well, are you going to dance on the line with me? The whole theme behind this, because he came out with the line, show me how to dance forever, right? That was the big tease. Are you going to dance on the line with me? On the line, he's talked about being the god of the gaps, the line between Arcadia and who he used to be. You know, it's not a game or a fantasy. Yeah, this is real life. And I don't even know who I used to be, calling back to Look to Windward. But nothing is the same now, which is interesting, juxtaposed at the line in Look to Windward. Everything looks the same. But he's like, nothing is the same, and some things have to change. Are you going to dance on the line with me? Okay. Clawed out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths. Clawed out of my woodwork, I guess that's a play on the saying, they're coming out of the woodwork, which woodwork is reference to the trees, the forests. He's clawed out of the woodwork, so he's pulled out by force. Probably a reference to the doxing, people shouting out his name. He's clawed out, he's forced out of the woodwork. Bolts out of my blue depths. Blue depths could be a reference back to the ocean. This place will become your tomb. In and out of my dreamscapes. Well, yeah, a lot of his songs, a lot of the lyrics have evoked dreamscape type scenarios. People acting different, probably the fans. One look at my past self, double take on my cash flow. That's, yeah, literally double take on the cash flow, because he himself cannot believe how much Sleep Token has taken off as a band, as a project. And he's like apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking years ago. Now that shit jumped out at me because we as a fan base, as people who've been paying attention to the lyrics, thought that he's revisiting and rehashing and frankly reopening old wounds. But he's like, I stopped thinking of that shit years ago. And he's like apologizing for it. And he's still apologizing for stuff that he stopped thinking about. And you know, I deliberate on cutting out the demons. I still need a dark side. They just need a reason. So he's still, unfortunately, by force, because clawed out of my woodwork, right? By force, he is forced to fight the demons again. He still needs the dark side because he stopped thinking of that shit years ago. They just need a reason. The passing of the hours into rushing through the seasons, falling through my mind with the leaves on the trees. So, all right.
Seasons falling through my mind with the leaves on the trees. So keep me alive, keep me believing.
Ooh, okay.
Gave away all my blessings, left off weightless. Torn apart by the true believers who turned out to be faithless.
See, that's a call out of the fans. Yeah, this is my life. It's not a game or a fantasy. This is my life. Yeah. Dance on the line. Now, okay. I think Dance on the Line, if this is a call out again to the fans, he's drawn a line in the sand, right? On one side are the fans, on one side is him. And he's like, are you going to dance on the line with me? Don't cross the line. Just dance on the line with me. Respect that boundary. Dance with me. Celebrate the music. Celebrate this relationship we have. But don't cross that line. Are you going to dance on the line with me? Because this is not a game or a fantasy. This is my life. And he's like, lift off weightless, torn apart by the true believers that turned out to be faithless. Again, faithless, another line that is recalled. Torn apart by true believers, the fans who showed up to worship but turned out to be faithless. People trying to dox him, people calling out his name at concerts. This is again a callback. This is him building up to the song that is Caramel. He's throwing in these passages here. And in Caramel, it's all out fucking war. All right.
Hacking into my brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Did I get this far for nothing, or are you the reward?
Ooh.
This hell house opening, dude, if this is love, I am out of hesitation. Head over heels of elevation, walking an inch above the pavement, taking it stride by stride together. If this is real, then I am all up in a frenzy. Not like before when I was empty. Say that the story we tell is never ending. Taking it side by side together. I'm gonna dance on the line with me. You know it's not a game or a fantasy. And I don't even know who I used to be. But nothing is the same. Some things have to change now.
Yep. Some things have to change. Can't be the same relationship. I can't pin a genre with this song. It's very Sleep Token, but there's no heaviness, there's no metal with this song, which is fine. Kind of hip-hop, kind of R&B-ish, but nice. So definitely, I think, are you gonna dance on the line with me is definitely a question for the fans. Like, dance on this line, don't cross it. Celebrate the music, respect the boundary, and dance. And are you gonna show me how to dance forever? Which, now that I think about that line, are you gonna show me how to dance forever is a direct question at the fans. Because it's a question, but it's also a warning. Like, if you keep pushing past that line, there is no forever. We will probably have to go away. Sleep Token will have to end. Right? So he's asking the fans, are you going to show me? The ball's in your court. You show me how to dance forever. And Sleep Token will continue. Or the cycle must end. And he's like, some things have to change now. So definitely going forward, some things have to change. Next song is Dangerous. Could again be another song. So like, this album may just be a personal note to the fan base. All right, Dangerous. Let's go.
I wish I could have known that.
Oh.
Look in your eyes would echo in mine and
Ooh.
back out of my mind across the line. When was the last time I felt like this? Dark desire and change.
I love the tone of that guitar. Very dark.
Like you're dangerous to me. I notice
That feels ominous.
every time we meet. I feel the ground beneath my feet giving way. You've got me talking in my sleep.
Again with the synth, but this time it's a lot more dark, a lot more thick.
My dreams you have
Ah. Hold on. I know there's something happening there. He's building to that. You could notice that. So these lyrics could be a double meaning. This could be towards the fans, or it could be towards a specific someone in his life. I wish I could have known that look in your eyes would echo in mine and go back out of my mind across the line. Again with the line. When was the last time I felt like this? Dark desire and tainted bliss. Which both kind of mean the same thing. He desires something, but it is dark. It's got a shadow on it. He feels bliss, but it is tainted. Which is either a toxic love or a relationship with his fan base, which again could mean the same thing. It's like you're dangerous to me. I notice every time we meet, I feel the ground beneath my feet giving way. He lifts off weightless. That's called back to the previous song. Or not the previous song, but you know what I mean. Every time we meet, I feel the ground beneath my feet give way. So he feels levitating. Isn't there a song called Levitate? There is a song called Levitate. May not be referencing the same thing. But he feels weightless. You've got me talking in my sleep as if you're conquering my dreams. Again, with the sleep and all of that. You have awakened what's beneath again. So you have given life to something that was locked away. Which I guess could call back to Look to Windward, where he's like, will you halt this apocalypse in me? Not apocalypse, eclipse. So it could be a specific someone in his life. It could again be a reference to the fans. This is a song right before Caramel, and the last few songs have been building towards the crash out that is Caramel. Because Caramel is a fucking crash out. A justified crash out, may I add. But anyway, verse 2 I feel is building to like some kind of riffage. Let's go. Okay, never mind. Oh, shit. Not at all what I was expecting. Another very hip-hop type song. You know what I've also noticed with Tu, especially with his drumming, he can make a very straightforward 4/4 type beat feel out of time. This is a straightforward beat. It's a straightforward song. It's not an odd time signature, anything, but his drumming, he accentuates on like the offbeat to give it that feel like it's an odd time signature. He did the same thing in Emergence too. Okay. Hey, the outro has the literal line. Ooh. So here he has the literal line, "Won't you show me how to dance forever?" So in my mind, this is again another song to the fans, which this whole album could be about. We have 4 songs that have been direct callouts to the fans. And yes, you can look at it as a point of he's talking to a specific someone. Maybe he's talking to a person in his life. But I feel like he's brought the fans in as a single entity in order to refer to them directly. He's lumped all these fans, toxic and non-toxic alike, and he is almost pleading with them. Because if you take them as one entity, you have a very complicated person. Someone who loves Vessel, someone who worships Vessel, but also feels the need to cross that line and become Vessel, almost. Parasocial-like, you know what I mean? That kind of ideology can be very dangerous in a single entity, right? So that's what he's done. He's clubbed all the fans into a single entity, and he's like, will you dance on this line with me? Show me how to dance forever. So lyrics like this in verse 2, "I thought I could resist you, but something in me just can't help but insist to blur the lines just one last time." What does he mean by one last time? Is this the final album? He's like, I thought I could resist you, but something in me just can't help it. So is that him saying Take Me Back to Eden was supposed to be the last album? And it was supposed to end with that 3-album narrative? And he's like, I thought I could go away. I thought I could leave it behind, but I just can't resist. I need to blur the lines one last time to talk to you. When's the last time you tasted blood? And what was it like to stem the flood? Calling back to songs from Take Me Back, The Place Will Become Your Tomb, right? And I am caught in time like clockwork beneath the permafrost. Permafrost, I guess, permanent frost, right? Permafrost is like a level of ice that is just frozen permanently. So he is caught in time like clockwork beneath the permafrost. He's frozen, and he might lose his mind. Back to back with oblivion, and you might breathe that burning breeze through. That's very hard to say. Alliteration there. Breathe that burning breeze through paradise for me. So even in Arcadia, there am I. He's pleading with the fans here. And then, of course, you build to a song like Caramel, which is an insane crash out of a song. Some fans just need to wake the fuck up, man. The lovely Glockenspiel intro.
Count me out like sovereigns, pay back for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada, devil in my detail. I swear it's getting harder, even just to exhale. Backed up into corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hide it every time they take mine. So stick to me like caramel.
This song, after listening to like Dangerous, Past Self and all that, makes sense with this reggaeton type beat. Fits into the larger narrative of the album.
Is it going good in the garden? Say I'm lost, but I beg no pardon. Up on the dice below on the cards, I try not to talk about how it's harder now. Kinda get embarrassed on stage, you can stop ways. Some of your bizarres getting worse every time they try to shove a real name just to get a verse from me. You look, I'm never stressed out by the hearsay. Guess that's what I get for trying to hide in the limelight. Guess that's what I get for having 20/20 hindsight. Everybody wants eyes on them, I just wanna hear you sing that top line. If you think I mean it, then I understand. But I'm still glad you came, so let me see those signs. Stick to me
Beautiful song. And he found a way to deliver a very emotional message. with the pop of a song that you just have to respect. Which, not really. So random. But I mean, it's the emotion behind it, right? It's not just about the song structure. Like, this is the crash out. This is the crash out. Justified.
I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
So here, in these days of days, I wish it all away. I thought things had changed, but everything's the same, which he's calling back to previous songs where he's talking. Everything looks the same, nothing's the same. He's contradicting himself in places, but I think that's just he is processing being where he is. He's reached Arcadia, which like is a metaphor for like the pinnacle of fame. For him, in his eyes, it's the pinnacle of fame, but it's still tainted because of the toxic fans, which he has called out in previous songs, Dangerous, Past Self, all of that. And then in Caramel, it's a direct fucking call out to the toxic fans. Missing my wings in a realm of angels, but everything's the same. So, yeah, justified crash out here by Vessel. All right, next we have the title track, Even in Arcadia. Oh, this is where it's from. That makes sense. Weird fucking tune that we keep hearing in the Instagram reels, or if you have TikTok where you are, the TikToks. Also, did we ever find out what that sheet music was? Do we know what that was at all? I never really listened to the sheet music.
Swing wide those gates, 'cause I have paid my penance kindly, waiting time for judgment day. Somehow I knew my fate. Turns out the gods we thought were dying were just sharpening their blades. Have you been waiting long? for me.
This is it. Oh, the sheet music was this song? Oh. Ooh. That makes sense. Oh, so they were announcing not just the song, but the name of the album with that. Okay. Which that line, have you been waiting long? That was the first teaser that they dropped. Have you been waiting long? So they have been dropping teasers not just of this song, but the album name in general when they first dropped those teasers. Ooh, all right, man. So he, like the first verse of this song, come now, swing wide those gates, because I have paid my penance kindly, well in time for judgment day. He's like, I deserve to be here. It's his acceptance of his ascension. Speaking metaphorically, of course. He's talking about, I deserve this reward. I deserve to be in Arcadia. Somehow I knew my fate. Turns out the gods we thought were dying were just sharpening their blades. So all the gods we forgot about, that we thought were asleep, that we thought were, had faded away, they were just sharpening their blades. They are getting ready to retaliate. And he could be referencing himself in that respect. And have you been waiting long for me is the first, calling back to the first teaser that they dropped. And he's also asking, have you been waiting long for me? I mean, it's been 2 years since the last album. A fine gap when you talk about most bands and how long between albums there are. I am the final dawn, I am the flood. And what was missing from those scriptures will be written in my blood. Again, I think acceptance of his ascension. He knows that he has become something else, become something more. And he's accepting that. Dig down into the mud. What good is all this talk of wings when there is nothing left above? I love that line. Because if you think about the myth of heaven being the highest point, right? Arcadia being the highest point. What is the point of having wings there when there's nowhere left to fly to? When there's nowhere left above? There's no higher point to fly to. So what is the point of having having a pair of wings in heaven? There's no reason. You can have wings in hell, you can have wings on earth because there's always a higher point to fly. But once you reach that ascension, what's the point of having wings? And in the previous song, he's literally saying, I'm missing my wings in a realm of angels. And this is the answer. Why was he missing wings? Well, what good is all this talk of wings when there is nothing left above? In a more grounded sense, is that him saying there's nothing left to give? All right.
Have you been waiting long? No matter how we feel, we've got a taste for one another and a few years to kill.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
For me, have you been waiting?
Ooh.
For me,
Oh. What's that? What's that sound? I love that. I love when he yelled that, "Have you been waiting long?" He's like literally calling out to the legions. He's calling out to the fans, "Have you been waiting long? Here I am." Oh, love it. I love this line in verse 3. No matter how we feel, we got a taste for one another and a few good years to kill. He's calling back to previous projects. No matter what is real, it seems that even in Arcadia, you walk beside me still. Now that could be a double-edged sword, so to speak. He's like, even in Arcadia, you walk beside me still. So he's like, I still have the support of fans. You are still with me. You haven't forgotten about me. You walk beside me in Arcadia. It could also be a call to the toxic fans. Like, I'm thinking back, if you take into account that he's grouped everybody in to address them as a single entity, then you have to address the dark side of that statement too. It seems that you have followed me into paradise. Your toxicity has also followed me into paradise. So it's a double-edged sword, that statement. Love it. Great. Okay, that was the title track. Next is Provider. All right, let's go.
I wanna be a provider.
Well, there we go.
Gonna you is silk like a spider. Roll or die, you bet I'm a rider. You're out of shell, you're a secret insider. I wanna be a provider. Your guiding hand, your final decider.
Okay.
That bit of fuel to your fire, stoke your desire. Just let me know that you're mine. I wanna be a provider. I wanna be a provider.
Oh. I'm sorry, do we have another sexy song? So this could be a specific someone again. He's talking, there's different ways of saying, I just want to be there for you. I want to provide for you. Garner you with silk like a spider. Spoil you, basically. Give you all the luxuries of life. Roll or die, you bet I'm a rider. Like a ride or die. So he's loyal. Your outer shell, your protection, your secret insider. I want to be a provider. Your guiding hand, let me guide you. That bit of fuel to your fire, stoke your desire like you stoke a fire. Let me know that you're mine. So you prove to me that you're loyal to me, and I will give you everything. I will provide for you no matter what. So this could be a specific someone that he's talking to, that he's talking about, referencing. Maybe another sexy type of love song, are we thinking here? Vessel, you just threw this in? Interesting. All right, let's go.
The last time we were around each other, I found myself hesitating. But I know I would not now. My lover.
Okay, so this is a specific someone. Hey. Hey. What? I see you. Oh. Ooh. So this is a specific someone. He's talking to a lady friend. I want to delineate that the last time we were around each other, I felt myself hesitate. Nice wordplay here with the ICU. Yeah, I see you. And he's like, I see you, the only baddie spitting eyes in the room. So this woman's so fine that every time she walks in a room, people turn and look and notice her. And then you're the only game that I like to lose. So to him, this is like, he likes playing the game with this lady, this person. I see you, Vessel. I see you. Oh, we brought the heavy. Okay. Hey. Going under. You don't suppose this is the same someone?
Exchanging the yes in silence with something unsaid on both ends.
Could this be the same?
Only we know the difference.
Could be the same person. Oh! What the fuck? Okay.
I wanna be a provider. Gonna you is silk like a spider. Roll or die, you bet I'm a rider. You're outer shell, your secret inside it. And your fingers from the start of my skin line, going under this time. I can give you what you want.
Okay. Feel like I know what he's referencing there. Love that line. Love that line. This could be the very same person he was talking about on previous albums. Because if you take away the sleep, the lore, the narrative, and if he's referencing a single old friend, lover, partner, girlfriend, whatever, sounded like that relationship had ended and ended badly. But this sounds like they're revisiting something. And they've taken things to the next level. And I love this line at the end here. Even in the daylight, I can give you what you want. Which is significant if you know a vessel's past. I'm going under this time, I can give you what you want. Your fingers foxtrot on my skin. That's sex. He's doing the jiggy. Very random song to be thrown in amongst everything else. Because you've got songs where he's like looking back, reflecting on who he used to be. He's talking to the toxic section of the fan base. He's talking, you know, I've emerged in Arcadia. The fans have followed me into paradise, and with that, the complications of the toxicity and all of that. But then you've got a song like Provider thrown in there, which seems like a love letter to a specific someone. So take that as you will, I guess. But it feels randomly thrown in. Not that it throws off anything else, because structurally the song fits. He's got that sexy vibe, the sexy beat, and then he brought in the heavy, the riffage. So song-wise, songwriting-wise, it fits in with everything else. Narratively, feels randomly thrown in. But anyway, we'll move on. This is Damocles. And Damocles, which I've already done the reaction to, Damocles is the story in Greek mythology of the guy who asked his king if he could sit on his throne. The king agreed so long as a sword hung by a single hair above his head. And that is to simulate the ever-present threat that someone in power faces. So if you equate that to Vessel, he is talking, I have ascended, I have reached Arcadia, Sleep Token's fame is taken off, but with it is this ever-present threat of a toxic fan base. So that is the theme behind the song Damocles. Let us revisit it.
Well, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony.
Beautiful.
When the river runs dry and the kettle is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
So yeah, like we touched upon in the reaction video, this is him expressing a fear, because he's talked in previous songs about Sleep Token may end with this album, may end, but now he's expressing the fear of that. What if it actually ends? Will you forget me? Will I be forgotten? Will I be left to oblivion? And in previous songs, he's left that up to the fans, right? He's like, will you dance on the line with me, in reference to, you need to show me how this is done. Because if you keep pushing past that boundary and if you keep crossing the line, we're going to go away. And all of this is going to go away with us. This will be the last album. We won't make any music because it's getting too much. The toxic side of the fans are getting too much for us to handle. At least for Vessel in particular to handle, because of his past. So he's like, this will go away. So the ball's in your court. Show me how to handle this thing. And now he's bringing up the fear of like, well, if it does end, who will I be when the empire falls? The sense of self there, the identity for him. Who will I be? Where will I go? Beautiful. Which is also the ever-present threat of this side of the fame.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing.
Very meta there. Incredibly meta.
Golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way up over the peaks. And I play discordant days on repeat until the tape runs out on me.
And
When
the
river runs dry and
the sound of the tape. Interesting that he's called back to, again, the diamond. It's interesting that he's called back to the diamond again. because he did that in a previous song on this album, and it's to represent the strength and integrity. What if the diamond days are all gone? So he thought these days would last forever. These days would be impervious, indestructible, like a diamond, but also beautiful in their symmetry, sparkling, because he's used the symmetry, the geometry, the integrity of a diamond before to symbolize a lot of things that are beautiful but also strong. And he, to his knowledge, to his thought, what if the diamond days are all gone? What if these, on a very meta sense also, did any of their songs go diamond or platinum or anything like that? Because maybe he's talking about the level of fame that they've reached that would go away. So that's an interesting point.
What is silent to you feels like it's screaming to me. Will nobody tell me I get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
Love that. Go off, too. Go off. Beautiful. What a great way to represent that threat, but also the anxiety of what comes with achieving a certain level of fame. Oof. It's like a sword is hanging above me. Beautiful. And this is Gethsemane. For those that don't know, Gethsemane is a reference to the Garden of Gethsemane. Again, another garden that we're talking about here, like Eden, like Arcadia, another garden. But Gethsemane has a bit of an ominous connotation, because Gethsemane was the garden where Jesus was last, I guess, a free man. That was the night he spent. That was the last night he spent as a free man, because that's where he gathered his disciples the night before he was crucified, and he basically told them that he was going to be, and he prayed to God that he was scared, and he admitted that he was scared, and yeah, that this was like the last moment before he was nailed to the cross, and that's kind of the reference there. Now, how it plays in a Sleep Tokens narrative, we shall see. This is Gethsemane. Okay.
Learn to live without it, and even though it's cold, and now I no longer feel surrounded. And you never listen to me, and that's the thing I tell the others. You were my Harlequin bride, I was your undercover lover, but no.
Secret Insider?
Never saw me naked. You wouldn't even touch me, except if you were wasted.
Wait, this what?
But you were trying your best, and that's the thing I tell the others. I was your robot companion. You were my favorite color. No.
Hold on. This... Okay, the song like Provider, which is like a profession of love, and then this one is sort of calling back to the toxicity of it. I wanted you to know I've learned to live without it, and even though it's colder now, I no longer feel surrounded, which is good. He feels a little more freer, no longer claustrophobic. And you never listened to me, and that's the thing I tell the others. You were my Harlequin bride. I was your undercover lover. You never saw me naked. Now that could, maybe not literally, but you never saw the real me is what I think he's saying. You never saw the real person because you didn't want to. And that was touched upon way back when in the second album. That you refused, that the toxicity refused to. We couldn't live our truth, basically. That's kind of in simpler terms. You wouldn't even touch me except if you were wasted. And from previous albums, we know that he shared a relationship with a partner who was either an addict or an alcoholic or something bad like that. And that bred the toxicity, basically. But you were trying your best, and that's the thing I tell the others. I was your robot companion. You were my favorite color. Now, you were my favorite color. Blue has been a running theme. Sapphires, the ocean, the night sky, blue, diamonds, reflective, kind of blue-ish. Diamonds are clear, I know that, but I don't know. Maybe not the diamonds. Maybe that's a stretch. But the night sky, the ocean, sapphires, blue has been a lot of things, but you were my favorite color. So he has attached that level of sentiment to this person, but he's saying I was your robot companion. So I was just there to be there for you whenever you needed me. And I did not feel that same level of loyalty or love reciprocated, which again, and we're only in the first verse here, but this feels so random. I mean, this ties into Provider, but it feels like the entire opposite of Provider. Right, let's carry on. Hold on. Let's wait for that to come in. Ooh. Damn. Oh. Oh. Dude. I just got chills. That's Euclid. Hey, hold on. That's Euclid. The chorus, I mean, in the lyrical thing, it says chorus, but that section is the same melody from Euclid. And the only reason I'm remembering that is because I literally listened to Euclid like yesterday or the day before, after I did the reaction to Mike Dawes' acoustic cover of Euclid, which is beautiful. Go check it out. The song and the reaction. But I listened to Euclid, and that melody is stuck with me. The night belongs to you. This bow is broken through. That section, that melody is very similar. It's the same. It's the same as this. But anyway, I love this is heartbreaking. I was trying my best, and that's the thing I tell the mirror, which is juxtaposed against you were trying your best, and that's the thing I tell the others. So he's trying to justify the relationship to everybody else who kind of told him, hey man, this thing is not working out. You should ditch and run. And he's like, she's trying her best. And that's the thing I tell the others. But he did not confide in everybody else when it came to him. I was trying my best, but that's the thing I tell the mirror. So he is having this one-on-one talk with himself in the mirror, trying to justify it also. But he's only doing it with himself. He's not talking about it with other people. And he's saying, I was in love with the thought that we were in love with each other. So this is, again, calling back to songs on the second album, even the first album, where he's talking about he thought this relationship was something, it was not reciprocated that way. And he fell harder than she did. He fell more in love with her than she did. For him, it was a very toxic, very one-sided love. And then in the chorus, he's calling back to Euclid there. Oh, so good. Oof. This is also a callback. Because he's like, if that's what it takes for this relationship to work, if you want to hurt me, because nobody hurts me better. It's kind of masochistic. What? Man, he's thrown in the most heaviest riffs in the randomest of sections. That's so good. All right, we're going to pause here. I wanted to touch on something here in like the second verse. I'm caught up on the person I tried to turn myself into for you, someone who didn't mind the push parlor games. So yeah, that also calls up to the point where he's like, do you want to hurt me? Because nobody hurts me better. So he's like, I twisted myself and morphed myself, turning myself into something just to make this relationship work. Was that enough? No, because it ended very badly. That kind of toxic push and pull type stuff, right? Which he's talking about here. Someone who wasn't always crying on the journey back. So I guess, thinking of where he's from, the UK, I guess he took the train or the bus or something to go see this lady. And then, he's crying on the way back because every time they hooked up, wasn't always the best. It was a very tumultuous relationship. Thought I was waiting for you when all along it was you with the countdown kill switch. So she was just going through the motions until she ended this, which is also a callback if you know the previous songs. And then, I just want to say again, the fact that he used the Euclid melody here, similar melody, it's not the direct thing, but it's that Euclid melody and then broken with that riff. What might be good for your heart might not be good for my head. So it's like the stuff that you did during this relationship may have serviced you better, but it fucked with my head, it fucked with my mind. And what was there at the start, while this started good, might not be there in the end. Now we have the bridge. This is another like tragic song. On the same album you have a sexy song like Provider. So is that the same person that he's talking about in this song? Damn. So he's just reiterating the same thing over and over again here. Came in like a dream, put it down like a smoke, like a cigarette. Ooh.
Closer to you and all your enemies. I've got a few of my own, and this throne didn't come with a gun, so I got a different energy.
Okay.
Still see you when the lights get low. Still hear you when I'm on my own. Parasites in the nightmares calling my name like this one's for you and your problems. Your good day job, your bad karma. What are you afraid of? The same trauma. Show me what you're made of. Cause you talk about your constant pain like I ain't got none. No.
Damn.
To live beside it. And even though it's over now, I will always be reminded.
Wow. So, couple of things. One thing that's confusing for me is why this song is called Gethsemane. When, I talked about in the beginning what Gethsemane means. Well, no, I guess. So he is, by and large, this album has been a personal note to the fans that Vessel is talking about, but also the anxiety and kind of mental weight, damage, suffering, whatever, that he has taken with him into Arcadia. Arcadia being a metaphor for the level of fame that he's achieved, that Sleep Token have achieved. They have broken barriers. By and large, there's no band that sounds like Sleep Token. So they have broken through that, reached a level that they didn't think was possible, that Vessel didn't think was possible. But with that came the constant threats of a toxic fan base, or the anxiety of reaching fame, or the anxiety of having your identity revealed when you want to remain anonymous. So even in Arcadia, there is a present sense, there is a clear and present danger. So that's what he's talking about. But he's also talking about, even in Arcadia, he's found love. He wants to be a provider. And on the back of that, like a double-edged sword, even in Arcadia, is a song like Gethsemane. The darkness of a past relationship, the toxicity of a past relationship, he's brought that with him. He's brought a lot of baggage, basically, into Arcadia. I think that's what the point of having a song like Gethsemane on this album is. Toxic love is a concept, but mostly it's been about the fans. But here it's been about a relationship that he's referenced, that he thought he let go. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. Maybe that's another thing he's talking about here, right? How it connects and why it feels random, but it really isn't. So songs like Provider and Gethsemane are him saying, yes, all this other stuff is there too, but then on a more personal note, I feel love again, and I feel loved again, and we're revisiting an old love, and with that again comes a toxicity of that past relationship that didn't work out. And he's rehashing that, reliving it in Arcadia. So he's brought that baggage with him. I think that's what he's saying. Why he's named it Gethsemane, I don't know. But we've got the final track, Infinite Baths, which by itself is a strange title for a track, but let's see what the lyrics say, and maybe that'll make more sense. This is Infinite Baths. 8.5 minute Titanic track. Mammoth. Oh, he's brought back the Sega Genesis music that he started the album with.
When you plucked me from the grotto, like a supermodel.
What?
But I would wake in staccato, no lightning in a bottle.
Staccato could be calling back to those violins we heard. The violins were a staccato at the beginning.
On the throttle, I know now
2 bricks on the throttle. Okay.
that even if I am frozen, timeless as a ghost in my nightmares of the ocean. The precipice I'm approaching, well, you will empty the darkness. You will keep me alone.
Nice use of emojis there.
bursting colors when you love. I have fought so long to be here. I am never going.
Okay. That's a sign of healing. Kind of. Let's talk about that a bit. So, infinite baths washing over me at last. So, he is repeatedly and infinitely washing himself in maybe the fame, the reward, the presence of being in Arcadia. It's washing over him at last. It's hitting him at last. Why he's here. Not a literal washing, but when something hits you, it washes over you. The feeling, emotion of anything, really, when it washes over you. But he's saying it's an infinite bath. Are you the method in my madness? Are you the glory in my wrath? So I think that's him saying, are you the silver lining in all of this darkness? Bursting colors when you laugh. I have fought so long to be here, I am never going back. So yes, calling back to, like, he deserves to be here, basically. There was a song that he was talking about, like, he deserves to be here. I fought so long to be here, I'm never going back. So he is not going back into oblivion. He worked hard for this money, and he's not going back. Beautiful. That's a sign of healing. Love to see it.
Even if I'm on my own, well, the silence is deafening. I could be stuck here alone. Well, even my future is threatening. Something is lifting the bones. Something is dancing in a revelry. Wider than oceans below. Taller than titans and box springs. The waters are warm. Where they used to run freezing. Where they used to be storms. My horizon is fleeting.
Oh.
I'm so tired inside. I could slip through a landslide, but I'm finally here. And I'm not leaving.
Acceptance. Acceptance. Yes. Damn. Let's do. Whoa. Okay. This is acceptance from Vessel. Even if I'm on my own when the silence is deafening, I could be stuck here alone when even my future is threatening. Damocles. Something is lifting the bones. Something is dancing in revelry. He feels that acceptance building up, wider than oceans below, taller than titans on box springs. Strange lyric, but I get the imagery. He's saying it's wider and taller, and it's building. And the waters are warm when they used to run freezing. Beautiful. So now all that was cold, all that was beneath the permafrost, all that was dark and cold in the album, like Take Me to The Place Will Become Your Tomb. Now the waters are warm, and he feels alive. He feels welcomed. He feels accepted. Maybe by himself, if not by everyone else, by himself. He is accepting of his position. Where there used to be storms, the horizon is fleeting. I'm so tired inside I could sleep through a landslide, which calls back to my eyelids are heavy enough to break diamonds. But I'm finally here and I'm not leaving this time. Acceptance. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Now, that is his acceptance with his position of fame, of recognition, within the music industry, within like the fans' eyes, doesn't necessarily mean like I'm not going anywhere like, oh yeah, we're going to just keep making music. That is still left up for grabs. That is still in the fans' hands. If y'all continue to be toxic, Sleep Token goes away. If y'all keep crossing that line. But he is accepting of like, yeah, I have worked hard to be here. And even though there is this sword hanging over my head, I am happy where I am. I am accepting of this. And it's washing over me at last. Infinitely. Ooh, there's like the sound of water dropping. Oh, we're building to something. We are building to something. Oh! Ho ho ho! Will you halt this eclipse in me? Ah! Call back. Oh my god! This is Vessel in God mode. That was disgusting. That was Wrath of God type shit. God damn it. It's very different from how he ended the last album. That right there is a sign of ascension. Before this, he was accepting of his place. He was accepting of the ascension. This is him in ascension mode, talking, I think, directly to the fans. And this is a final fucking warning. All this glory you did not earn, every lesson you did not learn, you will drown in an endless sea if it's blood that you want from me. So if you want to, like, he's also saying you can empty my arteries, but you will drown. Because I am vast, I am big, and if I bleed, you will drown in that blood. So do not fucking test me. This is Caramel was the crash out. This is the fucking warning. If that's what you want, so this is a final note saying balls in your court. You toxic bitches. Continue this behavior, all of this goes away. You do not control me. Vessel is saying it loud and clear. You do not control me. You will not break me. Balls in your court. Will you halt this eclipse in me? Teeth of God, blood of man, I will be what I am. Fucking A right. And then you end it with that breakdown, that riffage. Very different from how he ended Euclid, huh? Brilliant album. This album was like... It's different, and you can hear that it's different than Take Me Back to Eden. Essence of Sleep Token is there, right? You got the genre fusing music where, you know, you have these rhythmic sort of R&B, soulful, jazzy, bluesy, reggaeton, whatever, complemented with the heavy riffs, which is very Sleep Token, and that in itself sounds very similar to stuff they've done in the past. But this is different because this is a more personal record from Vessel to the fans. This entire record is about balancing a relationship and how the darkness of that relationship and the toxicity of that relationship, be it a personal one-on-one or relationship with the fans, that toxicity can follow him into Arcadia. Even in Arcadia, there am I. And that's who he's referring to. It is the anxiety, the hanging sword, the ever-present threat that all of this can go away. But he is saying, in songs like Caramel, in songs like Damocles, in songs like Infinite Baths, he's saying, I will make it go away. You do not control the narrative, I do. And again, will you dance on the line with me? Instead of crossing the line, dance on the line, celebrate the music, but don't cross the line or this goes away. Brilliant. As just a concept, brilliant album. Musically, nothing too different from what they've done before. Still amazing. Structurally, Tu has peppered in his saucy fills and rolls everywhere, which is nice to hear. And I think the song that pops the most on this album, not even just narratively, but like musically, the song that pops the most, I would say, is Caramel. Yeah, Emergence has the riff too. The three singles would definitely pop the most. Provider is another sexy song calling back to like Sugar and stuff. Look to Windward is a great album opener, I would say. Definitely a nice introduction. He's found a nice way. He found a nice way to tell fans, hey, you're being a little much. And then progressively through the album, he's like, can you please stop? Okay, stop it. And then he's like, all right, fine. If you're not going to stop, I'm going to take this away. And then Infinite Baths is the final fucking straw. It's the warning. It's the crash out. Love that, man. All right. Chat, that was even in Arcadia. This has been quite the journey. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.